She was born without a face, now she wears yours. Everyone in the village remembered the girl who was born without a face. No eyes, no nose, no lips, just a smooth stretch of pale skin where her identity should have been. She didn't cry at birth, nor did she make a sound for years. Some said she had no voice. Others believed she was born cursed, not broken. Her parents kept her hidden in the hills beyond the woods, in a cottage with boarded windows and a door that never opened in daylight. Her name was Nor, though no one ever said it aloud. Saying her name was like inviting something in. So they whispered it behind closed doors and prayed she stayed far away. But she didn't stay away. It started with mirrors. First they cracked. Then they blackened. Then they screamed. People in the village, children especially, began to see their reflections behaving differently. Not playful mimicry. Not delayed response. Something worse. In a school bathroom, a girl stared into the mirror too long. Her reflection blinked when she didn't. Then it pressed its hands against the glass, from the inside. By morning, the girl had vanished. The only thing left behind was a smudge on the mirror, shaped like a face that didn't belong to hers. It was Zara who noticed first. A curious teenager with a habit of snooping in old records and breaking into places she shouldn't. She found a photo buried in the basement of the village archives, an old birth record, water-stained and brittle. A child born in 1999. Name: Nor. Condition: agnosia facialis totalis. No further medical detail. No family name. Just a note written hastily in red ink. Keep the mirrors covered. Zara didn't listen. That night, while brushing her teeth, she glanced into her bathroom mirror and stopped. Her reflection was smiling. But she wasn't. The face in the mirror looked like hers. Same eyes. Same freckles. But the grin stretched too wide, like skin worn too tight. And then, in a voice soft like steam through broken pipes, the reflection whispered, "You wear it so well." Zara slammed the bathroom door shut, heart pounding so loud she thought the neighbors might hear it. Her mirror, her own reflection, had spoken to her. Smiled at her. Mocked her. She didn't sleep that night. In the morning, the glass was fine again. Her reflection looked normal. No whisper. No grin. No wide, unnatural smile. Just her, hair messy, eyes bloodshot. But deep in her gut, she knew something wasn't right. At school, rumors spread fast. A boy named Amar hadn't shown up. His parents claimed he ran away, but Zara overheard the janitor muttering about finding something in the art room mirror. A print. A face. But not his. Zara remembered the smudge she'd seen in that old photo, flesh-shaped, like someone had pressed a face into wet glass. She decided to go back to the archives. This time, she brought gloves. Hidden in a dusty cabinet beneath forgotten town records, she found an old journal. No cover. Torn edges. A single name scratched into the first page. No. The entries were disturbing. Frantic scribbles about seeing other people's faces, about borrowing expressions, and learning how to smile. The handwriting shifted over time, growing sharper, almost angry. They stare at me and scream. But soon I'll look just like them. One of them. Better. Brighter. I touched the mirror and saw her. I wore her grin. It felt right. I just want to belong. The last entry read, "One face isn't enough. I need more." Zara's hands trembled as she closed the book. Back home, every mirror in the house was now covered with sheets. Her mother said it was to protect their souls during Muharram, but Zara knew better. Her grandmother had started it, after her own sister vanished years ago during a blackout. As night fell, Zara noticed something on her phone screen, a faint movement during a selfie she hadn't taken. Her image in the preview window blinked, but she hadn't. She turned the phone over. Black screen. But her face was still there. And slowly, the smile returned. This time wider. Hungrier. Zara deleted the photo. Then she deleted the gallery. Reset the phone. Turned it off. But the face was still there, floating in the screen's reflection like a watermark, grinning with lips that weren't hers. And when she held her breath, she could still hear breathing. From inside the glass. Terrified, She covered every reflective surface in her room, her phone, laptop, mirror, even the TV screen. Anything that could catch a face. She taped black cloth over her window. She even tried not to look too long in her own spoon while eating. Because she knew. Noor was watching. The next morning, Zara returned to the archives with a plan. She wanted answers. She needed to understand what Noor wanted, and how to stop her. Hidden in the back of the journal was a drawing. Charcoal. Smudged. It showed a girl without a face sitting in front of a cracked mirror. And in the mirror's reflection, hundreds of faces trapped behind glass. Screaming. Clawing. And at the bottom, in desperate handwriting. She can only steal the faces of those who look directly into her eyes. Once taken, the face is hers. The soul follows. Zara suddenly realized, every missing person in the village's old records, they had one thing in common. They all disappeared in rooms with mirrors. Zara rushed to the school library and pulled the mirror off the girl's bathroom wall. The janitor caught her and nearly called the police, but she begged, screamed, that someone would die if she didn't. And she was right. Because that night, in a house across the village, another mirror cracked. And another child vanished. Zara knew what had to be done. She returned home and uncovered her mirror. Her own face stared back. Calm, pale, tired. But behind her reflection, just for a flash, she saw it. A shape. A girl. Faceless. Standing in the corner of her room. Oh. And then, her reflection smiled again, stretching wider than humanly possible. "You've worn it long enough," Noor whispered through the mirror. "Now it's my turn." Zara stumbled back from the mirror, heart thundering in her chest. Noor's voice had crawled out from the glass like fog under a door, cold, quiet, and full of hunger. Her face in the reflection was still smiling. But her real face was trembling. Then, her reflection moved again, independently. Zara blinked. It didn't. She stepped back. It stepped forward, pressed both palms to the glass, and whispered, "Let me out." Behind the reflection, the faceless girl was clearer now. Smooth pale skin where features should be. But her silhouette shimmered like heat, like she wasn't fully there. Not yet. Zara remembered the journal. One face isn't enough. Noor was growing stronger. Each stolen face, each stolen soul, brought her closer to becoming real. Zara rushed to the village shrine, clutching the old journal. She needed help, any help. But the old caretaker refused to speak her name. He only said one thing. "Don't break the mirror. If you shatter the gate, she walks free." Zara thought she understood. Noor couldn't cross over completely unless the barrier was broken. But if she kept stealing faces, she wouldn't need to. That night, Zara made her choice. She returned home, mirror uncovered. Candles lit. Her room empty. She stared into her reflection for what felt like hours, waiting for Noor to return. Waiting for the whisper. And when it came, it didn't come from the mirror. It came from inside her own mouth. Zara felt her lips moving, without her. Her body numb. Her limbs not hers. Her reflection smiled one last time and whispered, "I like this face. I'll keep it." Zara's hands trembled, her voice caught behind a locked throat. Then, darkness. She woke up lying on the floor. But when she stood, everything felt different. Lighter. Like floating. She turned to the mirror and screamed. Because her face was gone. Just smooth, pale skin. And inside the mirror, Zara stood, smiling from the other side. Noor had taken her place. And now Zara was the ghost. Zara beat her fists against the inside of the mirror, but no sound came out. The surface rippled beneath her hands like water, but it wouldn't break. It wouldn't let her out. She screamed, but only silence echoed back. No voice. No air. Just glass. Outside the mirror, Noor, wearing Zara's face, tilted her head and smiled. A perfect replica. Almost. But Zara could see it. The difference. The smile was just a little too wide. The eyes held no warmth. A doll mimicking a girl. Her mother didn't notice. Her friends didn't notice. Even her teachers called her name like nothing had changed. Because they didn't know what to look for. They didn't know Zara wasn't Zara anymore. Time passed differently inside the mirror. Minutes felt like days. Hours like lifetimes. Zara watched helplessly as Noor moved through her world, talking, laughing, living. Each time someone looked too long into a reflection, Noor paused. Studied them. Like a wolf measuring prey. And one by one, people began to disappear again. Each time, a new face appeared behind the glass. A pale figure pressed against the back of the mirror, like wallpaper made of souls. Zara was no longer alone in the dark. She tried to reach them, but their eyes were empty. Faces distorted. Trapped too long. Forgotten. But she wasn't ready to be forgotten. One night, Noor, still in Zara's skin, stared into the mirror longer than usual. A flicker of something crossed her face. Regret. Doubt. Zara pressed her hand to the glass. Noor flinched. That was it. The mirrors weren't just doors. They were bridges. And bridges could go both ways, if the original soul was strong enough. Zara focused, on her name, her family, the smell of her bedsheets, the burn of hot tea on a cold morning. Her life. The glass began to shake. Cracks bloomed like frost across the surface. Noor screamed, not with Zara's voice, but with her own. High-pitched. Hollow. Wrong. Zara reached through. And pulled. When Zara awoke, the mirror was shattered. She touched her face. Eyes. Nose. Mouth. Hers. The reflection was gone. But in the shards of glass across the floor, one sliver still showed something moving. A faceless girl. Trapped once more. Watching. Waiting. Because mirrors never forget a face.